On the freezing night of February 1st, 1959, 9 experienced hikers entered the deadly snowy wilderness of the Ural Mountains in Russia. They were young, skilled, and prepared for one of the harshest environments on Earth. Led by Igor Dyatlov, the group planned to cross the mountains and return home as heroes. They laughed together, took photographs, and wrote in their journal, unaware that this journey would become one of the most terrifying mysteries in history. Days later, when the hikers failed to return, rescue teams were sent into the frozen mountains. What they discovered shocked the entire Soviet Union. The group's tent was found ripped open from the inside, as if the hikers had escaped in complete panic. Even more terrifying, many of them had fled barefoot into the brutal snowstorm where temperatures dropped below -30 degrees Celsius. Footprints in the snow showed the group wandering into the darkness before disappearing forever. Soon, the frozen bodies of 2 hikers were discovered beneath a tall tree beside the remains of a small fire. Their hands were badly burned, suggesting they had desperately tried to stay alive in the freezing cold. Over the following weeks, more bodies were found scattered across the snow-covered mountain. Some appeared to be crawling back toward the tent before collapsing from exhaustion and hypothermia. But the true horror began months later when investigators discovered the remaining bodies buried deep beneath the snow in a nearby ravine. The injuries were horrifying. One hiker had a crushed skull. Another suffered massive chest fractures so severe that investigators compared the damage to a deadly car accident. One woman was mysteriously missing her tongue and eyes. Yet strangely, many victims showed almost no external wounds. The mystery became even darker after investigators detected unusual radiation on some of the hikers' clothing. Rumors spread quickly across the Soviet Union. Some believed the hikers were attacked during secret military experiments. Others claimed strange creatures or supernatural forces hunted them in the mountains. Witnesses even reported glowing orange lights floating through the sky on the same night the hikers disappeared. The Soviet government suddenly closed the investigation and declared the deaths were caused by an unknown compelling force. That chilling explanation only fueled decades of fear and conspiracy theories. Even today, more than 60 years later, nobody truly knows what happened on that frozen mountain. The Dyatlov Pass Incident remains one of the most terrifying real horror stories ever recorded because the victims were real, the fear was real, and whatever they encountered that night may still remain hidden beneath the snow forever.